Hello and welcome, this is Vlogs, and on today's episode we are going to be making the Evolve Markov's assault rifle. Like always, if you like this and you want to get it for yourself, then go to my Patreon at patreon.com/Vlogscraft. With only a $2 subscription, you are able to get this and every other project I have done in the past. Also, remember to leave a comment, rating and subscribing to my channel. It helps out a lot. Thank you and enjoy the video. Okay everybody, with that intro out of the way, I actually have to talk to you guys and girls about this. This project has been one of the, how am I gonna say this? Not the hardest, because it wasn't hard, it was simply arduous to make. This is has been one of the most complicated in terms of details projects I have actually undertaken so far. Originally I started by going through the Evolve Stage 2 that is on Steam. You can go get it if you want. It's actually a free-to-play game, but I really liked their design for the weapons, and when I saw this I looked, well, this should be actually quite easy to make. It doesn't look like something that complicated. Well, I was wrong. But not because it was complicated, because I am a picky motherfucker. What I mean by that is I actually added a lot of detail to this thing. I'm actually going to show, let me just hide everything besides this. This is just the bottom part of the gun and the grip and the stock. Nothing more. And just on this piece we have the main support piece, the grip, the trigger, this part which is just a decorative piece, this which is a decorative piece, this which is another decorative piece, the back end of the stock and the magazine. Once again, this shouldn't be too hard to make, except for the part that I needed to go ahead and add all the details, make this as similar to the concept drawing I have on the background as I possibly could. And that pretty much goes to every other piece on this weapon. As you can see, this is an individual piece and it goes on and on and on. So for me this probably wasn't the best thing to pick, as I ended up wasting a lot of time on this. This was one of the designs that has taken me the longest to do, and really for something that is this small it shouldn't have taken this long. The last video I made an entire suit that was Mercy's Mercy's armor, and that, well, that was actually take much less time than this actually took. As you can see here, pretty much what it took me to make this, just from the video that you had, I had about 2 hours of footage. Now those 2 hours were just on the Blender design. This I use Blender for this, so just for I'm talking about the armor, unfolding it and looking through referencing material, planning all this thing out. It takes me about 2 days of work to make it, including rendering and everything. This one wasn't exactly like that. On this one, first of all, let me just hide everything so I don't need this. Just looking at I'm not talking about starting to modeling it, anything like that. I'm saying just staying in this picture and looking at all the details that needed to be added in. That took me about half an hour. I'm not actually joking about that. It took me a long time just to look at this and see, oh, I want this piece here, and then I want this piece, then I want that one, and then I want that one. And the longer I stayed on this picture, the worse it got, because I'm going to show you something right here. Just this is the sight alone. The sight is made out of one piece, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, let me cancel that. 8, 9 on the underside, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just on these sides for the gun there are 13 parts. Those are certain pieces you are actually going to have to print out and assemble this yourself. On the back here, this is just a detail piece with all of these intricate parts in here. For this one I made 1, 2, these are 2 pieces, separate pieces, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 pieces just on this little bit. The pretty much entire top of the gun, same thing. The barrel is 1 piece, this is another piece, the front side is another piece, the top rail is another piece. This cover rail, I don't even know how to call this part, is just a support piece for the gun. It's another part. The side rails, another part. So you get my picture. There are a lot of parts to this thing. That includes the bottom part right here, the side works, this part which I don't even know what this is, and of course the stock. This has been one of the most complicated projects I have done, both in terms of part count and also in terms of how small these parts are. I'm going to be showing you. You can see the Pepakura Viewer part here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 28. 28. Doesn't matter. 28 pages. I'm gonna count it now. In these 20 pages, let me see if I can find. Okay, I think this is pretty much it. Yeah. Remember all of these pieces from the remounted sides. Yeah, they're all pretty much here in one page, and as you can see, some of them are actually pretty small. Whoops. Let's see. I can turn off the numbers, I believe. Oh yeah, I can, right there. Just turn off the Edge ID so my computer doesn't lag off. This is a warning for all of you that actually stayed through 7 minutes of me rambling about. This is going to be a warning for you. This is complicated. Not just like I said, the top rail. Most of the pieces in this are actually very intricate. For example, this inner part is going to attach the side guards to the rail. Let me see if I can find it. Let's select it right there. Of course, now it's not helping. There we go. Then it's here. It's right here. As you can see, I just selected it and it's highlighted on the 3D viewer. This is actually a lot of small cuts you have to make. I actually may have gotten very carried away with what I was doing. I mean, I made this because I really enjoy the look of the evolved weapons. I actually going to do some in the future, but like I said, I spent so much time just looking at this picture, you have no idea. And in talking about looking at the picture, I haven't told how much time it took me. Just the modeling itself, it took me almost, I'm going to say between, let me see, okay, I had about 4 to 5 hours of footage, and that was me not completing it because in the it's going to be playing on here in the corner. You're going to be seeing the speed view build. I actually forgot to make these while I was recording, but with all that time cut, I had to cut out all of my mistakes. Like for example, the front piece, I completely redid this. This top rail, not the just this piece right here. This was a complete piece, and I actually decided to split it in two pieces. This, you actually in the video won't see this inner detail right here, because I had to make that posts. And of course, when you import a model into Pepakura Viewer, in this case Designer, what happens is, if there is a face that isn't connected to anything, it actually appears as a red line. When I imported this, obviously some of these faces were red, because since while I'm doing this I'm only building half of it, what does tend to happen is the insides get a face like this. It sometimes happens during the creation, but they are inside, so I can see them. This wouldn't be a problem if if Pepakura actually knew what to do with it. Since it doesn't, it thinks that that's a face that's supposed to be connected to two different places, so it disconnects it completely. Let me just turn this back on. So once again, there were fixing mistakes, which sorry about that, which took me about, I don't know, like 2 or 3 more hours, sorry about that, like 20 minutes to fix, but it's still 20 minutes. And remember, this isn't done during one day, so I do a bit in a day, look at it and I don't like this, do a bit in another day, and then so on and so forth. So it actually took me several days to go through this entire thing. Discounting like all the stuff that I needed to redo, all the stuff that I simply just went, oh, I don't like it, delete this, all the stuff that I accidentally miss. It took me about 4 hours just in Blender. That's a lot of time to make something like this. I mean, not maybe for someone which is a professional 3D designer, like in a game company. For them that's actually probably very likely, but for me that's a long time to spend just in the modeling. And that's because this part right here, oh my god, this is so tedious to do this. Throughout the entire thing, the only thing that was going through my mind is how long is unfolding this is going to take. Usually when you do a project like this, the longest part is actually the unfolding. Obviously if you go like here, let me, I want to save, of course it's selected, add the cube, just increase it. If you want to do this and export this, this would be pretty simple. It's just, and you don't see it here because this is a video viewer, but in the designer version there's an unfold button, you press it, it just unfolds and you put the size you want on it. This, on the other hand, it actually, you can't just start cutting pieces and adding it to it. So I'm gonna show it right now. So we are in the designer version, Pepakura Designer, and this is pre-unfold. So there's nothing on this side. You can see you press unfold, I will put 800, there you go, and this happens. You see right here, I'm actually going to bring the outside of the white pages, so maybe you could, let me just turn that off, turn this over here, and now you can see a little better. Right here, look at all the small pieces, and they are not part of one individual surface. Like, let me show you. Let me just select the main body, Shift H, there we go. For example, this is just one piece. There's nothing that on this part that can be simply built and attached later. This has to be built as one single piece. So if you come back here, there's already a problem. For example, this piece right here, it's part of the main body, this is part of the main body, but they are actually over here. So what you need to do, and I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to show a small bit, is we're like, oh, I want this part, and you can see, oh, this part is missing, so this part is missing, this part is missing, this part is missing, and so on, and pull that to the side and go, okay, I'm going to move to this part. So you pull that and go that missing, pull that aside, and you go to that project to every, and that took me a long time, and that means that I still have to actually pick the pieces and then add them to the pages. That took a very long time. So guys and girls, if you are watching this and you appreciate how complex this actually was, do please go to my Patreon, get this for yourself. If you want a challenge, there it is. It's right here in front of you. I don't care if I'm not an Evolve fan. I just want a challenge. This is it. This isn't for a taste. This is, oh my god, this is going to be hard as balls. Go get it. Go do it. You will be awesome. Just that. You will be awesome. Thank you for hearing me ramble throughout this entire thing, but I needed to actually speak on this video. This guy took me so long. So many headaches from this one. Guys, thank you for hearing me out. Like I said, go to my Patreon. The link is going to be in the description to the download for this one. This is obviously going to be for my 2,000 subscribers. Sorry, I'm really saying this. Sorry, I'm not going to put this one up for free. I like making free stuff every month because I don't want to be like, you have to pay for everything I do. No. I do need the money, I'll be completely honest with you. It helps me out hugely. I mean hugely. But this one, guys, sorry. Go. You need to be one of the 2,000 subscribers if you are, and if you really want one of the toughest fucking challenges I have made personally. I can't talk for other people, but one of the toughest challenges I've made. This is it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will see you in the next time. Goodbye.